When it comes to buying and selling livestock, trust is everything. At Hired Hand Live, we have a platform that breeders and buyers rely on, whether participating in a live auction, an internet-only event, or hosting their own online auction. Our secure, user-friendly system ensures that your bid counts, and every transaction is backed by our commitment to integrity.
Whether you're a part of a consignment sale or planning your own internet auction, Hired Hand Live connects breeders and buyers live and online. Discover why breeders trust us with their livestock auctions. Visit hiredhandlive.com today. Hi there, I'm Molly.
And I'm Jaymie, and this is our From the Pasture with Hired Hand podcast.
For 15 years now, we've been proudly helping breeders promote hundreds of thousands of pedigree livestock with our easy-to-use animal management-driven website software.
And let's not forget about Hired Hand Live, where over $1 million worth of livestock is sold online each year.
We're excited to bring you market trends, sales data, advice from your fellow breeders, and stories from the ranch.
Our software makes managing your website and your animals a breeze, so you can focus on what you love.
So let us handle your digital chores while you tune in to another episode of From the Pasture with Hired Hand.
Today we're talking about the upcoming Bluegrass Sale. Our guest and sale host, Mr. Bill Hudson, will give us an inside look at the cattle and all other details for the weekend. Be sure to visit hiredhandlive.com, where you can view all the consignments, get detailed information, and place your bids. You can also check out the consigners' websites, powered by Hired Hand software, to learn more about their programs. If you're excited to hear about the standout Longhorns heading to the sale ring, stay tuned. We've got the full rundown. Well, welcome, Bill. Thanks for taking a few seconds out of your day to join us.
Yeah, thank you, Jaymie. It's a pleasure to be with you.
And can you tell us a little bit about your history within Longhorns?
I started in 2003, so I've been around for 22 years. 23 years ago, I bought a herd of black cattle, and I had them on them for a year. I never went and looked at them. They never interested me. I just saw them as I drove to my house every day. And I decided I would find a cow that would capture my imagination. So I got online, and this was back in the days of dial-up internet. So I remember searching for different breeds of cattle on the internet, dial-up, when it was real slow. And I finally ran across a picture of a Longhorn cow. And I was so impressed. I said, that's the kind of cows I want to own. So I immediately, in the next week, sold all my black cows, went and discovered Longhorns. I bought 40 cows from John Stockton and got started in the Longhorn business. And I've been doing this passionately for 22 years now.
Nice. And then so you're the host of the Bluegrass Sale. Talk to us about what made you want to start the Bluegrass Sale and then also carry it on for so many years.
Yeah, well, we started in 2012 in Bowling Green, Kentucky. I moved up here. I sold my business in 2010 in Mississippi. I retired and got back with my wife, Elizabeth, moved to southern Indiana. So I moved my Longhorn herd to southern Indiana. And then my friend, best friend, Joe Valentine, he moved up from Texas to Bowling Green, Kentucky, near me. And we always believed in being a good steward of the Longhorn industry entails also spending some energy and time and money marketing cattle. Joe and I both believe that passionately. So we wanted to build a market in our local area, in the Kentucky, Indiana area. So we started in Bowling Green, Kentucky in 2012. So that's been 13 years ago. We had our first sale there, and we've done a sale in the spring. We did it in Bowling Green for 3 years. Then we moved it to Lexington, Kentucky, which is a better facility and more convenient for most people. So we've been doing this regional sale here every spring for 13 years now, and it's been a delight. It's been a lot of fun. There's a lot of great people in this area that own Longhorns, so it's just been a really rewarding thing to do and be a part of.
Well, and your move to Lexington, I don't know that there's any other sale facility that is used in the Longhorn industry that could beat that sale facility. It's a really nice one.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. I agree. Once we discovered that facility, we knew we were home. The Millennium Futurity uses that facility also in the fall. Everybody loves it there. Everybody loves the location. the facility, the pens, the arena, the restaurant next door, everything about it's nice. So it's a great venue and a great place to have our spring sale every year.
Well, should we jump into the schedule of events for the weekend?
Absolutely.
Okay. Can you tell me what's happening on Thursday?
Thursday's a quiet day. We just simply receiving cattle, and people will come in from all over. I think 16 different states are coming from, consigners. But the futurity, the Bluegrass Futurity, is going on the same weekend. So we hold this sale in conjunction with that futurity. And it's a huge futurity. It's 315 entries this year. So I think it's the largest Longhorn futurity in the United States. And it really enhances our sale. It's a great thing to do hand in hand. So we're receiving futurity cattle and the sale cattle all day on Thursday. And we get to visit our friends that we hadn't seen in several months. We'll all show up. So it's a great day Thursday, but not a lot of activity other than receiving cattle, getting them all situated, and finding your hotel room.
And if people have any questions, it's Sean Pecano that they should contact, correct?
Yeah, Sean Pecano is Ann Gravitt's ranch manager, and he's also handling all the cattle for Dan Huntington this weekend and ourselves. He's a great guy. His phone number's in the catalog. A lot of people don't know it, but I bought my first big time bull from Sean Pecano over 20 years ago, a bull named J.M. Soup. And I paid a lot of money for him. Sean wanted a lot of money for him, and he was hard to negotiate with. I remember it clearly in my mind. But then a couple years later, maybe a year later, I marketed J.M. Soup semen at the Legacy sale and got like $150,000 for semen on the bull. So it was a lot of fun. So one of my greatest memories of getting started in the Longhorn business was buying a bull from Sean. And I'm real pleased. Here we are 22 years later. He's working and handling all these cattle for us at the Bluegrass Futurity this year.
And I know he has a whole crew of helpers back there as well. I don't know if his son Sam is going to come again this year, and then and maybe his daughter Hannah too. But I know they were both helping him out last year.
Yeah, he's got a great team, great crew. They know how to handle the cattle. They're real gentle with them. They don't push them hard, and we're delighted to have him and his whole team with us this year.
Okay, so that's Thursday. Let's move on to Friday. What starts the day on Friday?
Yeah, Friday's a busy day. We start with the bull futurity at noon. So they'll run all the bulls through, all the classes of bulls from noon to 4:30, and they'll be done by 4:30. From 4:30 to 5:30, we're going to have a cocktail hour where we get to visit with all our friends we hadn't seen in several months. So it's always a lot of fun, a lot of energy in the room. You know, one of the greatest things about these Longhorn events are not just the great cattle you see, but the more important thing are the great people you see. You get to reconnect with people, and some of these are the greatest people I've ever met in my life. So it's a lot of fun from 4:30 to 5:30, just a social hour. And then at 5:30 on Friday, we have the heifer auction. And this is the first year we've only sold heifers. We used to have a cow and a heifer sale. We would do a heifer sale on Friday and a cow sale on Saturday. The lower end of the market has been real strong with beef prices. So I encourage everyone to sell those low end cows at the stockyard and don't even try to market them at an event like this. And the higher end of the market and the middle market was real strong at the Legacy sale this past few weeks ago. But the lower end cows regionally were dragging for the last 3 years. So we decided not to sell the cows, and we're only focusing on heifers. Our heifer average has been great for the past several years. There's a stronger demand for heifers than I've ever seen since I've been in the business. You know, people are willing to buy the young ones and take a chance on the young ones. So we put together a heifer auction of just selling, heifers from, I think, 31 consigners, 16 states, and we got a great mix of heifers together. So we're going to do this heifer auction at 5:30 Friday evening, and it ought to be a fantastic auction. And then on Saturday at 9 o'clock early, we start the heifer-futurity, and it should end by 1:30, 2 o'clock, somewhere in there. And we'll have the awards presentation, and then we'll all load out our cattle and go home on Saturday afternoon.
One thing that the futurity host wanted me to let everyone know is that they are going to have a bull championship and then a heifer championship. The bull championship will be, of course, after the bull futurity on Friday. They are going to be bringing in the class winner from each class, and they're going to go head to head. And then at the end, there will be one champion for bulls, and then they'll repeat the same thing on Saturday for the heifers. And the winner of that championship, the heifer winner and the bull winner, they each get $1,000. And the sponsor for that, Lisa Lubring, is the sponsor for the heifer championship, and then you, Hudson, are the bull championship sponsor. So they wanted to make sure that we got to spread the word out there about the championship that they're going to do. I think it's they're giving a little trial run before their NLFR championship at the very end of the year. So I think they're pretty excited about it, and it should add some excitement to the weekend as well.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. And, the whole new, bigger idea of Dan's to have this head-on-head competition and put it in brackets like the basketball brackets and let the best heifer, best bull win. I think it's a fantastic idea. So they're going to do it, the bulls and the heifers at this futurity, give everybody a sample of what the end of the year competition will be like, and I just think it takes all the subjectivity out of it. When the judges can see two animals in the ring, well, which one of them is the best. And it just makes it a lot more accurate than the scoring system, I think. So I think it's a great idea. We need new, fresh ideas on how to market these Longhorns. And I think this is going to be something that's really going to grow and make a huge impact in our industry.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Do you sometimes feel like you're the only one who doesn't have it all figured out? Rural life can be isolating, but it doesn't have to be.
Welcome to Ag's Most Okayest Farm Girls, the podcast for women who are craving connection, laughter, solidarity, camaraderie, and just overall encouragement in your everyday life and dreams.
Each week, your hosts, Annalise, that's me, and Courtney will cover topics such as farm life, mom life, making money online, side hustles, hobbies, sharing on social media, jobs off the farm, and so much more.
Us rural gals need to stick together, so saddle up for some fun, real, and unsolicited advice and stories from our everyday farm lives.
Grab a drink. We're Ag's Most Okayest Farm Girls, and we're here to help. Listen wherever you find podcasts.
Imagine updating your website and managing your animals at the same time without needing tech experience. With Hired Hand software, it's that easy. Our user-friendly platform is designed specifically for breeders, allowing you to keep your site fresh and your animal records up to date in just a few clicks.
Let us simplify your digital chores while you focus on what you do best. Visit hiredhandsoftware.com and see just how easy it can be.
From the Pasture by Hired Hand is presented by R3 Hilltop Ranch. Located in Chilton, Texas, R3 Hilltop Ranch has been breeding registered Texas Longhorns since 2006. What began as 3 heifers has grown into our current herd, which you can explore on our website at r3hilltop.com. We're passionate about loud colors, Longhorns, and docile temperaments, but it's the easy-keeping, low-maintenance traits of Texas Longhorns that initially attracted us and continue to drive our herd growth. In addition to livestock, we proudly offer certified Longhorn beef products. Visit r3hilltop.com/beef to learn more. Thank you for listening and enjoy exploring our ranch online at r3hilltop.com.
So should we talk about the cows that you have in the sale?
Sure. It's all heifers. We got 39 heifers this year. And we, like I say, we lot them up from the youngest to the oldest. And we got a fantastic group. We got 31 consigners from 16 states. We got consigners coming from Oregon. Alex Dees is bringing heifers all the way from Oregon. And then Mac and Andrea Siller are bringing heifers from a heifer from California. So we're just amazed at how people are coming from all over the United States to be a part of this thing. And we've really got a nice group of animals to offer this year.
And if somebody should have questions about any of the sale animals, who are the sale day contacts? Who should they reach out to?
That's a great question. Mike Willinger is our program manager. He knows more about what's going on than anybody as far as the details go. His phone number's in the catalog. Mike Willinger, he's the Hudson Longhorn ranch manager. Or my wife, Elizabeth Hudson, her phone number is also posted in the catalog. She knows a lot of details as well. So either one of them would be the first calls I would make if you have a question about anything.
And who did you choose for the auctioneer and pedigree reader this year?
Yeah, we're using Dan Huntington again. Dan has done a fantastic job for several years for us. Everybody loves Dan. And then Chase Vasuk is the commentator. Dale Hunt's kind of retired from that, and Chase has taken his place. And I think everybody in the industry is really happy with the job Chase is doing. Chase is very knowledgeable, not just with the pedigrees, but he understands the dynamics and the nuances of the industry and all the people in the industry. And he just does a fantastic job. So we're real happy to have Dan and Chase on board again this year.
And I know that there's always somebody willing to haul animals to wherever, they need to go. But do you know of any haulers before the sale?
Yeah, thanks for asking that. We chose not to put that in the catalog this year because, I never know who's going to show up. So I don't have the names for you, but I do know every year we have, 4 or 5 guys there with their trailers willing to haul them in all directions. So if you need an animal shipped or hauled, just contact me or Mike or Elizabeth, and we'll help get you hooked up with someone for sure.
So let's take a second and talk about the sponsors that you have for the sale this year.
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that, Jaymie. That's so important every year. We really couldn't make this work without the sponsors. Just the cost of printing a catalog and renting a facility and all the things that are involved with this thing. And the sponsors just make it all work. They make it possible. This year we have the Hoosier Longhorns again. That's Dan and Tracy and Lisa Jones. They've been sponsors of this event for many, many years. They're great friends. They're right here in southern Indiana. They have a great herd. They're great breeders, but they're great stewards of the industry. And I appreciate their sponsorship and their friendship. They always support us. Coming from Texas, we have Suzanne and Bill Torkelson, Bull Creek Ranch. They sponsor, I think, just about every year, also this sale and the stockyard sale. We partner bulls with them. We've bought a lot of their animals over the years, have a lot of their blood in our herd. They're just fantastic breeders, fantastic people. So we're really grateful for the Torkelsons' support and their friendship. We also have Daryl and Denise Presley from James Presley Longhorns. They're from Tennessee. They're fantastic people as well. We're really happy to have them on board as sponsors this year, and we really appreciate their support. And then again, sponsoring for the umpteen time is Ricky and Sandra McLeod. That's Home Branch Ranch from South Carolina. Ricky's a fantastic guy. He owns a chain of grocery stores. He has restaurants and liquor stores and a great Longhorn herd. He's just an amazing person, amazing personality. We just love him to death. Appreciate his friendship and support. They're always huge supporters of our sale. And then this year we have Mac and Andrea Siller. This is the first year they ever sponsored the Bluegrass Sale. They're coming all the way from California. They're fantastic people, and it's just an honor to have people of their stature at this sale and being a supporter of this sale. They're incredible people. Mac manages and owns multiple businesses. They're very successful people, and we just have a world of respect for them. We also have David and Rita Henry, DNR Henry Ranch. We're real happy to have them on board as sponsors this year. We appreciate their support. And it's just a delight to have the Henrys as Bluegrass sponsors here in 2025. And last but not least is Randy Murray of New Age Cattle Company. Randy's supporting us all the way from Texas. This meant a lot to me because Randy's having his own sale the Texas Treasure heifer sale a couple weeks, or maybe just 1 week before our sale. I think it's this coming weekend on the 4th and the 5th. And so he's supporting us. And so I thought it was real important that he supports us and we support him. So we sent a heifer down to his sale. We're planning on buying at his sale, and he sent a heifer up to our sale from Texas, and he's signed up as a sponsor. So that means a great deal to me. We appreciate Randy's friendship, Randy's support. It just means a lot that he would sponsor the Bluegrass Sale. So those 7 people are our sponsors. We're real grateful for their support, and they make it all happen. So thanks for asking about that, Jaymie.
You bet. Okay. Are you up for playing a little bit? Are you up for playing a game with us called
Sure.
Catalog Roulette?
Yeah, that'd be fun.
All right. So I'm going to scroll. Let me get to the animals here in the catalog. The first one we'll start with lot 3. Firefox Alley JPL from Daryl and Presley.
Yeah, it's a real pretty heifer. It's out of this cow, Pacific Alley. Pacific Alley is one of Daryl Presley's number 1 cows. Really a 94-inch cow, and she's out of BR Cracker Jack as well. So this heifer's got a humongous pedigree, a lot of strength there, and I expect good things out of this heifer. When I was talking to Mr. Presley before the sale, I was trying to get him to put one of his best heifers in, and this is the one we settled on. She's coming from a real powerful cow, real consistent cow family. So we think Firefox Alley is going to be a great heifer for someone. Proud to have her in our sale.
Okay. So the next one, we'll stay on the East Coast and we'll head to Maryland and go to Jay and Susie Wachter of Sunhaven Farms with lot 6, Sunhaven Alexis.
Yeah, this is Jay's breeding. Jay's been a breeder for many years. He's been real successful. He does a lot of AI work. And, he's always at our sale, always supporting our sale, usually works the ring at our sale. So Jay's got a big personality, and we really love and appreciate Jay a lot. He's brought us this little girl, Sunhaven Alexis, real colorful. She's got long hair in the catalog because the picture was taken in the wintertime in Maryland. So let her slick off. She's going to be real colorful, real flashy, a fancy little heifer. We're happy to have her in the sale.
Oh, let me scroll again. Let's go. We'll bring it back home closer to us in the Midwest with lot 11, MW Vital from Might As Well Ranch.
Yeah, that's Sam Stoltz. This heifer's already got some pre-bidding online. I noticed last night when I was looking, it's a Second Amendment heifer out of a cow called MW Fundamental. Sam's brought us a really nice heifer. You just look at the picture. She's got a fantastic horn set, really lateral horns made real well. He put in his comments, he's proud to offer the heifer. I ditto that. I'm proud to have the heifer in the sale. So I appreciate Sam consigning such a nice one. She's going to sell real well. Lot 11's one everyone's going to circle.
All right, let's go south a little bit to Kansas, to lot 15 with Bill and Judy Meredith from Tallgrass Cattle Company. Their animal's name is TCC Watch Me Grow.
We're just so delighted that Judy Meredith put a heifer in our sale. This is a fantastic animal. The Merediths have been inactive. Bill has suffered some health issues, so our prayers are always with them. And they used to be humongous breeders, big personalities. They would show up at the legacy sale year after year and buy the best cow or the highest priced cow, be the volume buyer. And they have an unbelievable herd. They've had some really big horn genetics in their herd for years. They've just been inactive because of some health problems. So for Judy to consign to our sale, that was really exciting for us. And then look what she put in. Real colorful, real flashy, huge lateral horn heifer. TCC Watch Me Grow is out of TCC Gunsmoke and Hubble's Real Watch Me. So this heifer's got a lot of potential. Perfect flat lateral horn set that everyone's looking for. she's going to draw a lot of attention and get a lot of bids. So thank you, Judy, for putting in such a beautiful heifer in our sale.
Next, we'll go to Ohio with Laid Back Ranch, Lot 18, LBR Giselle.
Yeah, Greg Cott's a great friend, great supporter of our sale, and he supports our stockyard sale as well. He's from Ohio or close to northern Indiana, probably 4 or 5 hours from us, but he drives down and supports this bluegrass sale as if it was his own. This is a heifer out of Diego, BCR. I think that's Bull Creek Ranch. And if you look at that cow under that bull, is the ECR Reign of Castile. That's one of the Torkelson's strongest cows from the El Coyote breeding program. Really powerful breeding there. And then out of a cow called AML Red Rose's Crown. So we appreciate Greg putting this heifer in our sale, and we're just appreciative of his support and consignment once again to the bluegrass sale.
Oh, let's stop on lot 22 from Painted Oaks Ranch, POR Shinerbach.
Yeah, this is Ashley Cook. Real pretty heifer. I think she did real well within the futurity world. So I had some conversations with Ashley before the sale about the heifer, and she showed so well. If you look at the picture, she's really well made, great conformation. So she's out of POR, Lucky Joe Exotic, and Miss Butterworth. So we're happy that Ashley chose to put this heifer in our sale. When we got big and high hopes for her. We think she's going to do real well. Real pretty, real well-made heifer. And POR Shiner Blondie has won multiple futurities and horn showcase classes. So we were excited to get her in the sale there for sure.
Next, we'll jump all the way over to Oregon and check out Alex Dees' lot 26. She's with CR Longhorns. The animal's name is CR Lotta Tough.
Yeah, I'm just amazed that Alex would ship animals all the way to Lexington, Kentucky. So we're just honored to have her consignments in our sale. This heifer's actually at my ranch right now. Mike brought her up from Texas, so I got to look at her personally in the lot yesterday. She's a beautiful heifer, well-made heifer, nice lateral horn set out of Dunn Pay Dirt. That's out of the 200% cow, and then CR Tough Texas. So this is a really nice heifer, well-made heifer. It's just everything a Longhorn breeder's looking for. She's black and white. She's Alex D's breeding. Alex has got a lot of respect around the entire industry, around the country. She knows what she's doing, had a lot of success. So we're delighted to have this heifer in our lineup.
While we're on the West Coast, let's stop at lot 30 with Siller Landon Longhorns. Her name is SLL Ella Grace.
Yeah, Ella Grace is a beauty. She's a Texaco daughter. That's the bull that the Sillers own. They're so proud of. He's done so well. You can go on their webpage and look under Texaco progeny, and you see a lot of fantastic animals. So this Texaco bull is out of formal attire and just a really heavy hitter, good producing bull. Like I mentioned to you, the Sillers are coming all the way from California with this heifer. The Sillers are big people. They're big statue, great respect, and everyone that knows the Sillers respects the Sillers. So we're just delighted to have this heifer in our sale. We're delighted to have the Sillers as sponsors of our sale. And they chose us a real flashy, real colored up Texaco daughter. I think everyone's going to want to bid on this one. This is one that when you come to the sale, you want to take home with you. So pay attention to lot 30, SLL Ella Grace, a Texaco daughter. The Sillers just sold a heifer at the legacy sale for big money and out of Texaco. So this people are paying attention to what this Texaco bull's doing, and I expect this heifer here to perform really well. Somebody's going to be able to take home something special that gets to buy her.
Next, we'll stop on lot 34 and go all the way over to the Carolinas with Ken and Jessica Morris from Chaos Cattle Company. The heifer that they entered was Undaunted Grand Valentine.
Yeah, real pretty colored up brindle heifer, nice lateral horn. You know, Ken's been a leader in the industry. He's unselfish in his devotion to the industry and the way he worked with the TLBAA board of directors. And, you know, he's bred a lot of great cattle. They're great people. And we just are grateful that he's a part of our sale. This Undaunted Grand Valenta is out of C4's Undaunted and Miss Make a Grand. So his comments is a very unique heifer. And he's one of the prettiest brindle heifers you'll ever see with a frosty face. And so she's really pretty, really colored up. You want all your Longhorns to be colored up like this one. And not only is she colored up, she's got a strong pedigree with a nice flat lateral horn set. So this heifer's going to do fine. I appreciate Ken consigning her to our sale.
And the last one we'll do is lot 39, the last lot in the sale, last but not least, with Emmanuel Miller Jr. from Northview Farms. Her name is NV Delight's Destiny.
You know, we put this heifer on the catalog cover. We liked her so much. It's a 50-50 daughter. People ask me, how do you choose which one goes on the cover? I always put what I think is the most valuable heifer in the sale. And how life happens, you know, life is just not all bed of roses. You know, there's good and bad things happen. Emmanuel actually called us just the other day and said he's having to scratch this heifer. She came up open. He thought she would have been bred, so he's not going to sell an open heifer. He's scratching her. So lot 39, our cover girl, is not in the sale. And I hate to tell people that because I know a lot of people were planning on coming to bid on this heifer. She was that special. I really appreciate Emmanuel putting something so great in the sale. It was so grateful for it. We gave him the cover, and just how life happens sometimes. You know, life's not all mountaintops. You got valleys as well. This is a bad thing that happened, but this heifer's been scratched. She's not in the sale, and Emmanuel's disappointed, and we are too.
Well,
But
since that one,
that's just the way it goes.
for sure. Well, since this one was a scratch, you want to back up and do one other one?
Well, I'd like to mention a substitute if we can.
Absolutely.
Lot 37, Mike Young. Why our Captain's Beauty is out of the sale. He has substituted her with another heifer. He's substituted her with a really pretty heifer. We've already got the picture and the information. We'll have a nice substitute sheet there. He had to scratch Captain's Beauty, and he has substituted another really excellent heifer. I just don't have the information in my fingertips on it right now.
Yep. And it looks like we already have the sub up on Hired Hand Live, so people can definitely go there and view her information, her breeding, her measurements, and all of that. So we've talked about lot 39 being a scratch, and then lot 37 being a sub. Are there any other scratches or subs we should mention?
Not that I know of, no. I think we're good.
And now let's hear from our advertisers.
Looking for top quality Longhorns and a taste of true Texas spirit? Look no further than Cantera Cattle Company. Our passion for Longhorns shines at Old Gringo Ranch, where tradition meets excellence. Visit us online at CanteraCattleCompany.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok for the latest updates and ranch life fun. Ready to experience it yourself? Schedule your visit by emailing canteracattle@gmail.com. Remember, God is great, Longhorns are good, and life is crazy.
Hey, if you love From the Pasture with Hired Hand, why not go check out my podcast, The Big Iron Podcast with Andrew Shigori, where we dive into the world of registered Texas Longhorns and what it means to be an agriculture entrepreneur in the modern world, with a little southern flair, of course. Find the Big Iron Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
I would like to mention my own consignments just for a minute if I can.
Yeah.
I never like to toot my own horn, but this year we put 4 in from the heart of the Hudson Longhorn program, and 4 really nice heifers. One measured 63 inches on her second birthday. Another one measured 60 inches, and she won't be 2 until June. So this is HL Wine Taste and HL Prime Time. So one's 63-inch, 2-year-old. The other one's going to be more than that at 2. And then we have a couple youngsters, 1.5 years old. Their horn measurements are going to take them well above 60. So we've got 4 animals in the sale that are going to be better than 60-inch, 2-year-olds. So we're real excited to offer these 4 animals. And like I said, I hardly ever mention my own animals. They usually sell themselves. But Red McCombs told me something when I first got into business 22 years ago. I met him at his sale. He was very gracious to me. He came up, introduced himself. And I said, what's the secret to the Longhorn business? And he said, well, it's really simple, Bill. He said, you got to have what they want and then make them want it. And that's what it's all about. And if you knew Mr. McCombs, he was the greatest salesman in the industry. He was a used car salesman, how he got started, became a billionaire, and he had this personality that knew how to sell. And so I realized these Longhorns don't really sell themselves. They need a little help. You've got to keep talking about them and promoting them. And so that's why I've tried to be a Longhorn promoter. I've enjoyed breeding Longhorns. I've enjoyed raising them. But perhaps the thing I enjoy the most about the industry is marketing Longhorns and, selling them, making them bring what they're worth. So we're just really excited this year to have 4 of our own consignments that are going to all be bighorn cows when they mature, and gives people a choice, something to look at. If you want to take something from the heart of the Hudson Longhorn program home with you, pay attention to the consignments in the Bluegrass Sale this year.
Yeah, and we should mention that your lots are Lot 5, Lot 8, Lot 14, and Lot 25, if anybody wants to go take a peek at them and place a bid.
Thank you, Jaymie. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. So that wraps up Friday and Saturday. On Sunday, what time does everyone need to be loaded out?
Yeah, that's a good question. I think we said 2. Yeah, 2:30. The catalog says I'm wrong. On Saturday at 2:30, you can begin to load out. And what we're really saying, as soon as the awards presentation is over with on Saturday, you can get in line and start loading. So most people will load out on Saturday. We need to be out of the barn by noon on Sunday. For the people that want to stay and spend the night, you got all morning Sunday morning to load out. Just try to be out by noon on Sunday.
So then I have one last thing that we usually do with sale hosts. It's called the Fast Five. I give you a characteristic of Longhorns, and then you pick an animal out of the sale that we haven't already talked about. Do you want to give it a shot?
That'd be tough, but we'll try.
All right. Okay, the first one is a black and white animal.
All right, I do know the animal. That's out of Tewksbury, Crown Creek Cattle Company. He's got an animal called Crown's Dewdrop. And actually, the picture in the catalog doesn't do her justice. I've seen an updated picture of her. This is a fancy black and white heifer, really flashy, and we're real proud to have her in our sale.
And this next one might be kind of tough because these are heifers, but twist.
That is very difficult. I think a heifer is going to have some twist. Is Savannah Smith's heifer, LTL. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Daneries, I think she calls it. It's lot 17. She's got a real laid-back horn set, and it looks like she's going to have some twist on the end. That one's probably going to have some twist. Several of these will, but man, don't get me predicting heifers at 18 months old who's going to have the twist and who's not. I'm not good at that, and I've been doing this for 22 years.
Okay, the next one is a red and white animal.
Okay, I'd like to mention the Torkelson's animal, Bull Creek. They're sponsors. She's a higher ground heifer. That's a bull we share with the Torkelsons. And Dale Hunt. Higher ground's an unbelievable bull. He's hitting it out of the ballpark. Dale sold a higher ground heifer for $50,000 at the Glendenning sale last year. So this is a higher ground red and white heifer. out of a cow from El Coyote's program, ECR Summer Siren. So the heifer's lot 29, BCR Summer Sun, red and white, and got some brindle in her as well. Real pretty. You know, most Longhorns are red and white. That's the most common color out of all of them. This is another red and white one, but she's got a little brindling in her color as well.
Well, you mentioned her having a little bit of brindle, and that's actually the next characteristic is brindle.
That we hadn't mentioned, I can go to DR Pearl. DR Pearl is the Henry's heifer. She's red, but if you look at her face, is really brindled up nice, or she's getting brindling on the side of her body. She'll be a brindle cow. And she's got a good lateral horn as well. And she's out of Delta Lucky Ace. And that's a powerful bull. Been around the industry a long time, so people are real familiar with her. We're real excited. Lot 33, DR Pearl.
Okay. And the last one is True Black.
A True Black. I think I do have a black. It's out of Lloyd Esch's. I got two blacks. Lloyd Esch's has a DW Play It Again, lot 28. Lloyd Esch is the half owner of Heads Up, and he's a real respected breeder. We were really happy to have him as a partner. And he put in this DW Play It Again. She's out of JH Rule Safari Sun. But there's another black by the Pine Brothers, lot 21, PB Django Sass. And I mention her because this Django bull is really becoming popular. We sold him. 3 guys owned him. And we got to looking at the calves came out of him, and we really regretted selling him. So we actually had to buy back a share of him from the Pine Brothers. Had to spend more money there than we wanted to, but we needed to get that bull back in the Hudson Longhorn program. So Django's special, and the Pine Brothers have put in a black PB Django Sass, lot 21.
Well, is there anything that we haven't talked about that you'd like to mention?
Wow, not that I can think right offhand. I'm just really excited about this year's sale. I guess we mentioned at the beginning the futurity. A lot of people think we manage the futurity as well. We don't, because we want to compete in the futurity. We want Hudson Longhorns to be a competitor there. Dan Huntington manages the futurity, and he does a fantastic job with it. It's called the Bluegrass Futurity. So we always say our sale is held in conjunction with the futurity. So don't be confused there. It's not, the futurity is not hosted or run by Hudson Longhorns. We just host the sale, the heifer auction. But the exciting thing this year is the futurity has 315 entries in it. So that's probably, I think, the biggest futurity ever. I don't know of one. There may have been a bigger one, but not that I know of. This is going to be the largest Longhorn futurity in the history of the world. And we're having our sale in conjunction with that. So that means there's a lot of people there, a lot of breeders there. They'll all be excited about the futurity. And so the sale is going to get a lot of exposure there. It's just going to be a great sale. I invite everyone up to the sale, no matter what state you live in. Come to this sale. It's a great venue. It's a great time, and you're going to meet a whole lot of Longhorn friends and people that you'll love to be connected with. So make plans, put it on your calendar, April 11th, to be at the Bluegrass Futurity this year and sale.
Well, thanks for joining us, and make sure to check out the Bluegrass sale consignments ahead of sale day and follow us for more updates. Until next time.
Thank you so much, Jaymie. I appreciate it.
You bet.
Bye.
Are you a new Longhorn breeder eager to educate yourself on market trends and sale prices? Stay in the loop with our text messages. Get the latest updates, events, and insider tips on all things Longhorns delivered straight to your phone.
Stay informed by texting website to 888-700-8131, then reply with Longhorns. That's website to 888-700-8131. Sign up today and take your breeding program to the next level.